Hello. It's that time of the year where most of us try to plan how we will improve as an artist or just as human beings for the rest of the year. Okay, maybe I'm a few weeks late, but whatever, let's still talk about it. Better late than sorry, So I thought it would be actually really cool to show you some of my study goals for 2025. Now you have to keep in mind that when I share these plans, these study goals, is that I am planning not to be a specialist artist. I am planning to be a generalist, meaning that I prefer to learn a big, broad range of fundamental skills and be really good at them instead of mastering and being exceptional at one skill only. And there's a really good reason why. First reason is that my dream is to create a personal project, an animation project, where I combine my music work with my art. I would use animation as the main medium. This is a huge project and I currently work alone. Meaning that I have to do the concept art, that I have to do the world building, that I have to do the animation myself, and I basically need to create everything myself. I would like to hire some people, but right now I am not able to. The second reason is that I am just that kind of person who really likes to jump around things when working. I do get really bored if I just do the same thing over and over again. Some people can do that and that's really good for them, but I can't. I really do believe that it's an innate thing that most of us are born with, I do also want to make a generalist versus specialist video in the future maybe, so if you are interested in that type of subject, please let me know in the comments. So having that in mind, I will focus on a lot of different things this year instead of just focusing on a character design, for example. If you want to become a character designer though and specialize in it, please check out this video. It's about how to become a character designer and what fundamental skills you need. After you watch this video, of course. And also, this list is kind of big, so it is very likely that I will probably not do everything in this list. And you know what? In my opinion, it is completely fine. As long as I have a direction and a plan, I'm fine with that. The last thing I want to do is start feeling really bad that I didn't do something. And I really think that it's not about how much you plan and how big of goals you give yourself to, but it's more how you react to these failures, I think. I'm fine with plans not going as planned. I'm fine with pivoting, but I just need somewhere to start with. And this is the video for it. All that being said, I became way faster at drawing just in general compared to last year or previous years. Knowing that, I will probably do these studies way more efficiently this year, which means more courses and more art gains. I hope so. I would say I can do something in a week compared to what previously I could do in a month. Alright, so let's jump into it. I have some notes in this little notebook that I use to just write my thoughts. So I have the plans written down somewhere here. Let me check. Study goals 2025. I also draw in this little book whenever I want to. I just take this always with myself because it's small. I can fit it in the pocket. And yeah, whenever I want to draw, I take the fine liner with myself and just draw, and I call it a doo-doo book because I doodle in it and it's usually shit and it doesn't have to be anything good, and yeah, I like it. Anyway, I won't do a sketchbook tour of this, no way, I'm not doing it. So the basic framework of my plan is actually finishing all the ArtWAD courses that are currently existing. I think that doing this will make my foundations way stronger and I will become way more versatile as an artist. So right now, I have finished these courses. Drawing basic course, art of sketchbooking, which I really loved and I really recommend you. I'm like 99% done with drapery course. Anatomy course is like 70% done. I finally completed the beginner painting course recently, very recently. And I also want to make a video on it. Let me know if you want that. I have completed about 50% of the costume design mini course as well. The main reason why in previous years I haven't finished that many courses is because I have been focusing a lot on the workouts. I just always get sucked in these cool subject matters. I start doing a course, I get a little bored, I look and there's a new workout uploaded. That workout just like looks really cool. There's a cool subject matter, really draws me in, and I'll really get my juices going and I want to start drawing, and that workout just speaks to me, it says, man, please, I'm such a cool workout, with like Puss in Boots cat eyes, looking at me, man, please, wow, I'm such a cool workout, please finish me, man. And I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll do it. And then I try to do it, I do one part, I get sucked into it, After that, all of a sudden, I'm doing like one workout a day, and then I forget about the painting course or the other courses, and it's cool. It's cool. It's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. But, I actually want to learn some theory. This year, I'm dedicating to finishing my theory stuff, and I want to do that and improve my fundamental drawing skills and have a strong foundation. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna avoid the workouts altogether this year until I finish the courses. And since, as I mentioned before, I really love jumping back and forth, I will probably do this kind of structure where I complete a lesson on a course and then I go do a section on a roadmap or a classroom. Roadmaps on Artwad are absolutely amazing in my opinion. I think that roadmaps are better than courses now because they also provide theory, and also it's like really non-boring fun way to learn. If you don't know what it is, wait for my experience with Artwad video that is coming soon. The problem with roadmaps currently is that right now there's only like 4 of them. I finished one of them already. It's really awesome. I'm gonna finish all of them also. And I talked to Antonio and he said that he will actually make more of them this year. That's what they're gonna focus on. But currently, I still want to finish the courses. So yeah. Alright, so let's begin. First, my focus is gonna be on beginner portrait roadmap and on anatomy course because I want to finish. I have done around like 70% of it. So right now I have currently finished like 50% of the beginner portrait roadmap, and I would say as a more experienced artist, I already like learned some new stuff about nose anatomy, about ear anatomy, about mouths. So that's really cool. That's really like making a stronger foundation on my portrait skills, which will make a more strong foundation on character design, on just figure drawing skills, I really like the way the roadmaps are being done in Artwad. Way more exciting, way more engaging way to learn. I just want to also let you know that I do have a pinned comment with a link for Artwad. It's an affiliate link, and if you join it, you can actually support this channel and also get a better deal. So please feel free, and back to the video. And while I'm doing this, I'll keep doing anatomy course. Anatomy course is really important. I still need some muscles that I need to understand. For example, let me get this. I actually hand painted this myself. It took me so long. I still don't understand the muscles of the arms. I still need to understand the muscles better in the legs. I do have a solid foundation on the back, on the chest, on the torso, but I still have some knowledge gaps and I want to make them more concrete, Then I have like 1 or 2 lessons that I haven't finished on the drapery course, which I still struggle with drapery, so I'll probably need some more knowledge on it sooner rather than later. So yeah, I'm gonna finish the drapery course then, and then I'm gonna go to the beginner figure road. Yeah, I mean, every artist, in my opinion, really needs to learn figure drawing. It's one of the best versatile skills that pays dividends in the later stages of your career anyway, so yeah, getting better at figure, getting better at anatomy, getting better at gesture. It's really important for character designs. And if you just want to even draw creatures, you still will benefit a lot from figure drawing. And you will still, even if you want to draw like bigger illustrations, if you want to draw characters, you do need figure drawing skills. You do need them, and it will increase your skills so much. So I'm doing the beginner figure road, even though I wouldn't call myself a beginner, but I'm sure I will find something new in that course, just as I found in the beginner portrait road as well. Then I'm gonna finish the costume design mini course. I've done 2 lessons already, but I just kept doing the other stuff. But yeah, I want to finish this course. After that, I'm gonna jump around and go back to beginner environment road. I have very little, and when I say very little, almost none of the environment experience. So I really think I'll benefit, because I will need to draw backgrounds. I will need to create the scenes from almost imagination in my animation project. I'll need to design them. So this will definitely create a solid foundation for me. Then I'm gonna jump back into the prop design course, and I really want to recommend the prop design course if you actually want to find a job in a concept art. I think it will create such a solid foundation on how to create portfolio projects, and I think a lot of studios in entertainment industry, whether it's in the biz dev or whether it's in the game industry, this one is more for the games, and I think a lot of studios will benefit from having a good prop designer, not just a character designer, not just a really exciting stuff designer, but more of the boring stuff that still needs to be created. I think a lot of people can fill these roles, you know. So having that fundamental knowledge on prop design is really important. For me personally, I really need to create a lot of props for my project and for the cyberpunk world that I'm trying to create. I have watched the whole course already. I've really found it to be a lot of fun, and yeah, I think it's a really good way to look at the whole creation pipeline on how you can even create a good portfolio. So take a look at that course if you're interested. Alright, and at this point, I actually mentioned all the roads that are currently on the ArtWAD. If there are more roads in the future, and I'm sure there will, because Antonio said to me that this is the most important plan for them on 2025, I will probably pivot and go and complete these roads because they're really fun and really engaging. But instead of that, right now, I want to do the classrooms. So ArtWAD has classroom feature, if you take a look. And in classrooms, you can find a lot of theory that is not really covered on courses. Well, that's specifically not necessarily true because there are some overlap, but I think, like for example, how to paint wood, how to paint skin, it is not really covered broadly in courses. And these are like theory bits that are really good to know. So I will try to focus on some of them. So first classroom that I'm going to focus on is reflectivity and specularity in painting. And when I'm talking about learning from the classroom, I'm not just talking about watching it. I'm talking about taking notes and actually assigning something yourself. So I myself personally gonna assign myself basically like 5 or 10 iterations to try to apply that skill that I learned, you know. Then I'm gonna jump back into the courses and I'm gonna do a creature design course. It's a course that I really wanted to do way before, and I really want to learn how to design creatures. I think designing creatures is one of the most fun things, and I really love drawing animals, and personally I do want to design some creatures for my, again, world building project. So yeah, I will do that. Next, I want to study from material rendering and translucency classroom. My biggest struggles in rendering is rendering the metals. It's rendering the translucent stuff. It's doing the specular highlights and all that stuff. If you take a look at my art currently, I usually don't have a lot of lighting. I do have a lot of shading, but I don't have a lot of lighting, especially when it comes to metals, especially when it comes to different materials. So it's really important to me to learn these type of subjects. Then finally, I'm gonna do the character design course. And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna try to create a design for my world building project as well, at the same time, if it's possible. Then I'm gonna do a painting bottles and liquids classroom. I think it's really important to know this for any artist, especially if you wanna paint. Then I'm gonna do a mech design course, because in my world building project, I definitely want to create some robots, some droids, and some mechs, of course. So yeah, this will be the next priority. Then I'm gonna do the painting armor classroom. And again, keep in mind that I'm not just like do a course fully and then I then do a next thing. I usually do 2 things at a time. I jump around. One day I do this, another day I do that, then I go back to another thing and just do it like this. So at this point, the drawing section of the courses should be done, and I will focus on the painting section of the courses. As I said, I just recently completed the beginner painting course. It literally took me like 1.5 years. It was like really, really hard, and if I can give any critique to Artwad, I think with Roadmap they can make the beginner painting experience way more fluid and way more enjoyable than this, because this was a little hardcore for me. Some lessons took me like 30 hours. But yeah, I'm gonna go into the beginner design course by Ognian. I will try to finish it, and like learning how to design is like one of the most fundamental things for artists and probably the most overlooked. When you think about learning how to draw, how to paint, you don't think about design, but design is extremely essential, especially if you want to create things from imagination. So yeah, next one is the beginner design course. Then I'm gonna learn the painting animal textures classroom, because well, if you want to design creatures, you do want to learn how to paint different textures. And yeah, these are like painting classrooms, but if you learn how to paint a texture, you'll probably learn fundamentals to be able to imply that texture with the cell shading style that I do for animation as well. So yeah, just want to mention that. Then I'm gonna go to the portrait painting course by Ognian. I do want to learn how to make more complex portraits. I think it's a really cool skill to have. Even for the close-ups of some cool scenes in the animation, this could be used, And yeah, if you just want to learn how to paint portraits are really fun, Learning how to do fun portraits for different characters, I mean, it's a really cool skill to have. Then I'm gonna do a painting wood and stone classroom. Again, I need to learn the different texture materials, learn how to paint them, do studies on it, And then the last course of Artwad is illustration course. Even though I do want to do animation at the end of the day, I do want to learn how to do illustrations as well. The thing is that even if I want to do a cool background design, cool background illustration, it's not a movable frame. So I would be able to let myself add a little bit more detail, a little bit more polish to the backgrounds and make it more of an illustration, Then I'm gonna jump back into the painting drapery class on the classrooms. Yeah, again, learning how to render drapery is very important. So yeah, just learning these materials, learning how to shade drapery also is a good skill to have, especially in animation, because if you draw things with clothing, you do need to learn how to be able to simplify these drapery movements. It's really important. And then I'm getting closer to the end. At this point, I would believe that I have a really strong foundation as a draftsman, as even a painter, and I do want to focus on animation now. So I don't really know yet what kind of animation course I do want to focus on. I haven't done my research fully. I found a Domestika Brooks Eagleson Procreate Dreams course, which would be a really good start for me to also understand Procreate Dreams. But I've heard that some people are not really happy with Procreate Dreams, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with Procreate Dreams and learn that as a first animation project. So if you do have any recommendations, if you know any good animation courses, because on Artwad there isn't an animation course yet, at least. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments. I am researching right now and trying to look for the animation, because obviously if I want to do animation, I do need a course, or maybe that Disney book. I'm not sure. I'm gonna put it here like this so you can understand what I'm talking about. I need to, maybe if I'm not gonna do a course, I'm gonna learn from this book. And to wrap things up, I'm gonna jump back into the magic of T-Line's classroom. On Artwad, I wanna know more in-depth knowledge about that particular subject. So yeah, these are the study goals. It's a handful, let me tell you that. It's a really big handful of courses, but I am motivated. I have finally finished the painting course, so I finally feel that it's quite possible to be a completionist and finish all of them and build a strong foundation. So yeah, I will let you know at the end of the year, or maybe even earlier, and let you know how things are going. And also I will create some dedicated videos on these kind of courses. I definitely do want to make a beginner paintings course video because I think there's a lot of things to talk about. I think the beginner painting course really taught me how to render. It really taught me how to understand color and light. And these are like fundamental subjects that you apply not only to painting, but to cell shading, to illustration, to line art, animation even. So color theory is in this course, and I would recommend this course to any artist, even if you don't want to paint. I'm not a painter. I'm definitely a draftsman, more, but there's always a percentage that you can be a painter and the percentage that you can be a draftsman. You know, it's not like I'm gonna be this or this. No. So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, I want to make some videos covering these types of courses maybe, and my personal experiences with them. And after doing all these courses, if I have some time in a year, I would like to do a personal one-on-one mentorship with someone. I'm not sure with who yet. I'm thinking about doing it with JTuff Designs. He's a really cool guy, but he's focusing more on architecture. But of course, he definitely understands a lot about design. I would like to do it because I never done it, because I always been like a self-taught guy. I'll think about it. I'm not sure yet. And as far as my art goals, not just study goals, I do want to finally create some illustrations, some sticker designs, even some art that I could sell and be able to create an online shop, and also go to conventions. I want to go to Comic-Con Baltics. I want to go some other places nearby, and yeah, do some artist alley stuff. You know, I would like to at the same time meet some new people, because doing art alone is kind of lonely. You know, I want to like meet people face to face. You know, and then of course I want to work and world build on my personal world, on my animation project. Basically, I do have some really cool ideas already. I don't want to spoil it too much. I'll probably make another video about it, but basically I do want to first world build some characters. Then I'm gonna go to world building some cyberpunk buildings, then maybe some creature designs. And then once I have built some sort of a good foundation, then I will probably write a script for the first episode. And I want the first episode to be like, I hope it to be like 10 minutes long, which means that in that 10 minutes there will be one song, which the song is like 4 minutes long, but other parts are gonna be just as like a animated series TV show that you watch on Netflix or whatever, and it's gonna be with dialogue, with voice acting. So yeah, right now I do have some designs already made. I do have a design of myself. I do have a design of Bloud, my partner in crime. I will create a lot of other character designs. And these designs are not going to be of necessarily humans, because there's a technology that turns animals into the humanoid characters basically in the world that I will probably explain later. Some of them going to be humans, some of them are going to be humanoids based on animals or fishes or whatever. I will then want to create a 1 minute preview. It's like a pilot. It would be like the goal for this year, you know, create a 1 minute animation and see how much I can do myself and see if I need a team for this. So yeah, that is basically it. I think these are my plans. I want to know your plans. Please let me know in the comments, share your plans, let's talk about it. I am definitely interested, because maybe you'll tell me something that I don't know about a course or something. I definitely am interested in learning about new material and so on. So please let me know in the comments. Let me know what are your personal art goals. I definitely do want to hear from you. I read every comment, obviously, and yeah, I'll reply to every comment basically. Even if it's a hate comment, I'll probably reply to it because I'm petty, you know. Thank you for watching this video. There is a special discount on ArtVod subscriptions that you can use. It's a pinned comment of this video. With this, you will support the channel and you will also get a better deal. So thank you if you use that code. I think ArtVod is the best art learning platform there is, in my personal opinion. So yeah, you can check it out. Also, if you watch this video, you probably know that I am also a musician. I make music. I do already have some music in my other YouTube channel. There are music videos on it, and there are Spotify songs and also a full album. So yeah, you can check it out there. And follow me on Instagram. I post art there. And as an artist, I would love to, if you would be able to see my art. That would be great, you know. And most importantly, please subscribe to this channel. Ring the notification bell. There are some videos about sketchbooking tours already on this YouTube channel. There are videos about design. There are videos about just studying art. There are videos about how to become a character designer. If you like this video, you probably like the others. Thank you so much. Anyway, I am out. I'm gonna descend slowly and tell you bye-bye and wish you to have a happy day, a really great day. I hope you have a good day. And stop doom scrolling. Start drawing. God damn it. Ah.